Coming up right now, it's the latest in do-it-yourself diagnosis. We take a look inside the new AI med pods coming to a location near you. Also coming up, we call on the guy from the Daddy Academy to find out if we are the top prospect or just a roster player in a guy's dating life. And later, the new line of villain wedding gowns inspired by Disney's collaboration with Allure Bridals. We've got your life and style guide from A to Z starting right now on Life Love Shopping. Welcome to Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. I'm your host, Andrea Jackson. If you live it, you love it, or you buy it, we talk about it right here on the show. We're going to start with this story. A new way to cure what ails you could be coming to a gym or office complex near you. It's being called the world's first AI doctor's office, and it will be arriving in the U.S. this year. The Care Pod is a self-service cube where patients can be screened for a variety of health issues related to diabetes, hypertension, depression, even anxiety. It can even do skin exams to check for signs of cancer. Some results will come in real time. These med pods can even allow users to draw their own blood. Experts say it doesn't use needles, just a vacuum chamber on the arm. The process of applied pressure is being compared to something like a leech or even a hickey. No word yet on whether the blood draw technology in those Care Pods has been approved by the FDA. The first 3 med pods will be installed in Sacramento, Chandler, Arizona, and Chicago. Membership fees will start at $99. When it comes to spending extra time on self-care, experts say getting a manicure has some surprising health benefits. Researchers say superficial self-disclosure is linked to positive emotions that can provide a boost to our overall well-being. Easy chats about our everyday life with a nail tech has been linked to relaxation and even visualization. You never know, your next best idea could come while you're discussing your favorite hobby while getting a fresh coat of polish. Dating in the digital world can be a nightmare for both men and women. Enter a New York hottie named Nico. He hosts a dating advice page on TikTok called the Daddy Academy. In this video, he offers women advice on how to tell whether they are a top priority or just a roster player.
Ladies, are you Miss Wednesday? Or are you getting those prime time Friday, Saturday night spots? Welcome to the Daddy Academy. Listen, for dates 1 and 2, I get it. Maybe you don't want to give a guy your weekend, totally understandable. But after a certain point, if he is coincidentally only available on Wednesdays or Mondays or Tuesdays, but you never really hear from him on the weekends, he's not offering Friday, Saturday spots, there's something up there, okay? I'm not going to say it's a total red flag, depending on how many dates it's been, but there's a flag waving, and if you squint your eyes, it's a little burgundy. I would say more times than not, this is a roster situation, although maybe it's not. It can mean but you have to dig and find the answer. Or this is what you do. You are no longer available Monday through Thursday, right? You are only available now on Friday or Saturday nights. And let's just see. Put that little test out there, okay, and see what happens. If it's not a roster situation, it's a priority situation. And essentially, he's telling you that you are not a priority for me to see on my days that I value the most, my free time, Friday and Saturday. Time is everyone's most valuable thing. So if he's not giving you those days, and this has been a pattern, you have to find out the reason why. Take away your availability during the week to force him to only, if he wants to see you, it's got to be Saturday night. It's got to be Saturday night, and then see what happens. If he schedules it, then okay, maybe there's just a little misunderstanding. If he doesn't, and you go weeks without seeing him just because you are busy now and he can't, then you know the answer.
Remember, Saturday night means you are a priority. The Victoria and Albert Museum in London is looking for a Taylor Swift savant. This new position is centered around all things Tay-Tay. The London Museum has posted a position for a superfan advisor that will help them identify trends for future museum collections. The Victoria and Albert wants to fill the job before Swift starts the European leg of her Eras tour on May 9th. No word on what it will pay other than it's a competitive part-time position with benefits. And if you don't land the Swift spot, the museum is also looking for experts in croc footwear, emojis, and a type of textile manufacturing known as tufting. Have you ever heard about the new villain bridal gown collection inspired by Disney? This is pretty cool. Allure Bridals has put together their favorite Disney fairy tale wedding gowns inspired by the bad girls of the Mouse House. So we will start with the Ursula. The villainess of The Little Mermaid brings high drama to this black beaded gown with detachable sleeves. It also comes in ivory with a trailing mermaid silhouette skirt. Next on our villain's bridal tour, the Evil Queen. Mirror, mirror on the wall, will it be ivory, black, or gold for y'all? You can rule your wedding kingdom with this eye-popping gown that features elaborate embroidery and a wrapped ruffle shawl, cape sold separately, of course. Maybe you're more of a Maleficent kind of bride. Well, you can curse all those ill-fated relationships with this stunner in shimmering green velvet with lace as you walk down the aisle. They suggest a horned headdress is the perfect topper to this bridal gown. Or how about Aladdin's grand villain Jafar, who's inspired this final look? Well, if you want to seize the power on your big day, this gown offers a bit of menswear inspiration with dainty button cuffs coupled with a plunging neckline. Each style is available in both black for full tilt villain or ivory if you want just a touch of evil. Prices for the gowns start at around $2,000. Allure's been working with Disney since 2020. However, this latest collection marks the first time they've traded in the princess for her arch enemy. Beyonce's new country song, Texas Hold'em, is burning up the charts and sparking a Western takeover. Check out this fan video inspired by her new tune. Beyonce just became the first black female artist with a #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart with her latest tune. Her lean into Western style is inspiring a resurgence in Western fashion trends across social media, thanks to other pop culture trendsetters like Pharrell and Lil Nas X. From bolo ties to cowboy hats and boots, style experts say Beyonce has launched Western wear back into the spotlight. Her fans are lighting up social media with their take on cowboy couture, with the caption, "If Bay goes country, we go country." Expect to see more felt cowboy hats, flannel shirts, denim, and of course, the red, the whites, and the blue. Beyonce's new country album will be released later this month. Her two songs, Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, are the first two ahead of the LP's big debut, and Beyonce is not the only pop artist taking a spin into country music territory. Lana Del Rey just announced her next LP, Lasso, and it will be all country. For more information on any of these stories, head to our website, llsshow.com. Much more ahead on Life Love Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. Live it, love it, or buy it. We talk about it on Life Love Shopping. It's your life and style guide from A to Z. We will start with the letter A for Aroma Alarm Clock. Holiday Inn Express is now offering a new way to wake up. Instead of a jarring sound, your alarm clock will cue the fresh smell of breakfast.
What if your alarm clock didn't sound like this, but smelled like your favorite breakfast scent? Holiday Inn Express just launched the world's first breakfast alarm clock. It literally wakes you up to the smell of coffee, bacon, or blueberry muffin. No jarring alarms, just a delicious scent and a hot breakfast waiting for you downstairs after you take advantage of all of their beautiful amenities.
Holiday Inn Express is launching the world's first scent-based alarm clock for hotel guests. It will wake guests up to the sweet aroma of breakfast foods, your choice, coffee, bacon, or blueberry muffin. Nearly 60% of travelers said a pleasant aroma would help them feel better when they woke up while traveling. The breakfast alarm clock experience will be available for a limited time starting this month. Have you heard of the new Proffee trend? It's protein coffee and it's getting stirred up all over social media. Here's what it is. It is part of protein, part coffee. You're maxing out the trend where you're adding protein to your morning java for a full belly boost. Nearly half of Americans believe morning is the best time to get your protein in for maximum benefit. Experts say Proffee is an easy way to beef up your protein goals, but don't rely on it as a magic bullet for weight loss or muscle gain. And the Profi trend has become so popular, even Starbucks is jumping in on the frothy cold bandwagon. Here's dietitian Stephanie Grosso with her PSL Profi review.
Starbucks just released their new protein cold foam drinks, and I'm about to try it for the first time. So I ordered an iced vanilla cream protein latte with pumpkin protein cold foam. That is a lot to say. And if you're wondering how they boosted the protein content, they used a protein isolate sourced from milk. Okay, here we go. First sip. Oh, to be honest, I thought it was gonna be a little chalky because of the protein, but there's no chalky taste, no chalky texture. Wait, and it's very silky on the tongue. I don't know if that's coming from the cold foam. You taste the creamy vanilla latte right away, but then the pumpkin brings in those warm spices. I don't think I'll never not order a protein cold foam drink. Well done.
All right, moving on to love. If your relationship has hit the roommate phase, the relationship boss says that there are a few ways to reignite the spark. Here's how.
So 3 ways that we got out of the roommate phase without like forcing it was, first, we had to reintroduce novelty, doing new things together, traveling, taking a class. We took a cooking class once. We went to like one of those like color me mine, like pottery classes where we painted like the pottery. Even just changing like the date night routine from like only going out to dinners, like really helped break the like monotony of things. We even went like go-kart racing for a date once. That was so fun. 2, this one was the biggest thing, was we made like small daily moments of connection a true priority. Instead of just like a kiss goodbye, we like kissed a little bit longer. We would give those like unexpected compliments to each other. Cuddling and actually like being near each other instead of opposite ends of the couch when we're like watching our show. Because those little things done consistently, like I know you've probably heard it before, but it's because it's true. When they're done consistently, it builds that connection and builds closeness.
Some good ideas there when it comes to love. Amazon just announced a recall for more than 500,000 products. Yeah, you heard me right, 500,000, including the Buddy portable misting fans from Icy Breeze Cooling Company, oddly enough, for going up in flames. Who knew? A giant portion of the recall involves power banks by Anker, 480,000 of them, overheating lithium batteries and fires to blame. And a popular kids helmet failed to meet federal U.S. safety standards. Regulators found the helmets lack proper impact protection. You can search Amazon for a complete list of all of their recalls. LLSshow.com, that's the website for more information. We're back right after this. Did you know that untreated AFib doubles the risk of mortality, including 5 times the risk of heart failure and almost 2.5 times the risk of stroke? Here's Dr. Deidre Clark with more.
Atrial fibrillation is a cardiac arrhythmia in which the upper chamber of the heart goes from beating on average 60 to 90 beats a minute at rest to 300 to 500 beats a minute, sporadically and spontaneously. This arrhythmia is the most common arrhythmia in the United States, and it's the most common arrhythmia in the world. It is estimated that over 10 million people in the United States have atrial fibrillation, and that number is expected to climb in the next decade, up to 32% increase. It is estimated that 1 in 4 adults will be impacted by atrial fibrillation within their lifetime. Now, why is it important to address early intervention and detection? Well, atrial fibrillation is affiliated with certain symptoms. Those symptoms are, for some people, fatigue, palpitations, their heart is racing, shortness of breath, dizziness, lightheadedness, spontaneous feelings of anxiety. I cannot walk or exert myself like I used to. And for some people, what they're describing is that I just feel like I'm slowing down. Well, AFib is a progressive disease, so those symptoms I just alluded to will only get further along and more difficult to treat and control. There are also clinical conditions that are just as bad or even more insidious than those symptoms. Specifically, atrial fibrillation is associated with a 5 times higher risk of heart failure, a 2.4 times higher risk of stroke, and a 2 times higher risk of sudden cardiac death. All these things are present if left untreated. Now let's talk about how do you treat it. Well, atrial fibrillation is treated with medications, sometimes blood thinners, medications to control the rate so the heart rate doesn't go too fast, and medications to try to keep you in rhythm. Those are called antiarrhythmics. However, for patients who either cannot tolerate certain medications or have side effects of medications, and there's some patients who even in spite of that, their atrial fibrillation is still progressing, there is a procedure called a catheter ablation. And what a catheter ablation is, it is a minimally invasive, safe, effective procedure that is designed to isolate the abnormal electrical signals that is triggering AFib from the normal conduction system of the heart, therefore allowing your heart to stay in a normal rhythm. The procedure is safe and effective, although like all procedures, there's an inherent risk, and you can talk to your doctor to see if you're a candidate of it. Johnson & Johnson has a comprehensive patient resources that allows you to learn more about this. You can go to getsmartaboutafib.com to get more literature and to discuss and see if catheter ablation is an option for you.
YSL launched a new lip gloss product with state-of-the-art mapping technology. The company is solidifying the brand's position at the forefront of makeup artistry and innovation. Their new lip product is set to be a Gen Z trendsetter, and more than just gloss, the fashion house describes it as an immersion into the world of excessive shine. The lip gloss has an innovative formula that creates a unique glassy texture with ingredients that volumize and moisturize. The 24-hour hydration includes antioxidizing and water-locking fig pulp from the YSL Community Gardens. The company is aiming towards solidifying the brand's position at the forefront of makeup artistry and innovation. The event showcased the brand's commitment to empowering individuals and encouraging them to embrace their unique beauty. It's all about expressing personal style without limits. And then there's this. It looks like buildings are now turning to something you'd never expect: ice batteries to keep cool without crushing energy bills. At Norton Audubon Hospital in Louisville, they freeze 74,000 gallons of water every night across 27 tanks. Now, during the day, that ice melts and chills water, cooling the building. It's especially critical for areas like operating rooms. Now, here's the idea. Freeze the water when electricity is cheap, like in off-peak hours, then use that stored cooling when rates and demand peak.
Oh, okay.
That reduces strain on the grid and trims power costs. Now, for those of you doing the math at home, get this. The hospital cut energy costs by $278,000 in the first year. They're looking at $4 million in savings within the next decade. It's a major plus. Ice has no fire risk compared to those lithium batteries as well. So we're back right after this. Welcome back to Life, Love, Shopping, your life and style guide from A to Z. Truman Capote called them his swans. They were the elite women of New York City and high society. They were also his downfall when he chose to write about them in a story for Esquire magazine. This is the must-watch series Feud, Capote versus the Swans, now streaming on FX.
No good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good.
We made New York the capital of the world, the center of everything. Sex, money, and endless adventure.
Hello, ladies. Mind if I sit down?
Oh, I wish you could, but we're being joined in just a second.
We see the importance of presentation. Underneath, though, it's an act. Truman.
Tell me everything.
Here's the fact. Even your sister will steal your man.
I don't know what matters more to him, the sex or you knowing about it.
Wait, go back. We're talking the governor's wildebeest wife, that fat-ankled harridan.
Yes!
You're no good, you're no good.
Only you can show us these women, Truman, how they really are.
You're looking awfully weathered and fat.
Too much perfume for a woman with her face.
I don't even care about the money, it's the sex.
Truman, these are people's deepest secrets.
For God's sake, won't you shut up?
Why would you want to hurt them? You cannot splay these things out.
Your story cast its spell and took away everything I had.
You're no good, you're no good.
What did I do to deserve your contempt?
He'll be cut off from all high society, and that will kill him.
Is this what you wanted? To be banished?
I'll try and slither back. He's insidious.
You're telling people that I murdered my husband? You piece of...
This is what a writer does. It's bloody and sharp and...
You remember, if you live it, you love it, or you buy it, we talk about it. Head to our website, llsshow.com, for more information on anything you've seen on today's show. Be good, everybody.